Mother Nature is the force behind all creation. She, the Divine Mother, creates everything, and consequently instills life into everything. When seen internally with our eyes closed, it is her primordial energy that provides us with luminosity, brightness, and clarity. Such a beautiful and profound power. She is the only source of happiness you need, and she is the only one who can give it to you. Everything else we turn to for pleasure eventually leaves us with problems and uncertainty. And yet, we are devoid of her presence. We've disconnected ourselves from her. We don't communicate with her anymore. And worse, we abuse her in different ways, especially through sex, because she is the sexual force itself. When we sit down to meditate, we see a brief flash of imagery, or maybe hear a voice say something, but it's so subtle and faint that we can't even tell whether we made it up or not. Or we dream that somebody was saying something important to us, but as soon as we wake up, we forget all the details and are just left with a very vague understanding of a situation. Or other times, as soon as we realize that we're seeing something, we become astonished and immediately wake up and lose that intuitive connection once again. If we're lucky, we'll see a flash of an image that's actually very vivid, or hear a clear and a distinct voice in the head that says something that we actually remember word for word. But for most of us, our meditation practice is very light and intermittent. And this is the spiritual and psychological level that we're at. Our hearts are cold, and that is why we generally avoid interactions with people. Most of us avoid making eye contact with strangers. We don't smile very much. We don't show very much emotion, and we always keep our distance from one another. Our emotional centers are closed, and this is why we tend to feel awkward and uncomfortable when we interact with people closely. We don't always feel that person-to-person warmth that we feel with our close friends and family members when we're around strangers. But when we develop the seed in our heart region, the Tathagata Garbha, that sense of warmth and selflessness and innocence that we had as children starts to return. Many benefits come from this. Our intuition becomes stronger. All of our spiritual abilities like clairvoyance return, and we can feel our emotions better, enjoy music more, enjoy the company of other people more. We start to appreciate the company of people. To earn the higher instructions on Tantra, traditionally, one must prove this and earn this. They must possess a selfless love for humanity. This level of love is a form of wisdom that transcends self-love and encompasses individuals from all backgrounds, regardless of their group, nationality, or skin color. It is a boundless love that seeks to continuously give. The initial source of this profound love is our own mother. Although for some of us, our physical mother may not have been able to impart this wisdom due to various circumstances, it is the Divine Mother who guides our conscious evolution through various means. To earn bodhicitta and access the higher teachings of Dharma, it is she who we turn to. She, the eternal source of love, has always cherished us, and she will continue to cherish us, regardless of our discontent, ingratitude, and mistakes. Furthermore, she is not separate from us. While we may perceive the Divine Mother as somewhere else, hidden away in another dimension, her most sacred abode resides within the temple of our heart. The question is, what do we have within our hearts to adorn this temple? Is it greed, gluttony, lust, pride, vanity, anger, resentment, or fear, it is crucial that we cleanse our inner temple, and we must do this quickly. In this life, not in the next life. Nevertheless, she understands our imperfections and continues to help us. In every religion, the Divine Mother is portrayed in different ways. This is because fundamentally, she does not have a particular form. She is beyond cultural boundaries, neither Western nor Asian. She is simply an intelligence, the true Mother Nature who created all of our vast cosmic systems. The human intellect cannot grasp this level of intelligence because it is beyond our level. We cannot comprehend the strength of the love that she emanates. Her love is ineffable and overwhelming and has the potential to profoundly transform anyone who experiences it. Within Asian traditions, the Divine Mother is represented in numerous appearances. In one tradition, it is explained that when the Creator, the prajna, the wisdom mind of all Buddhas, gazed upon suffering humanity and naturally felt compassion, a tear shed from the eye of the unbounded mind. This tear contains the essence of the Divine Mother. It symbolizes the maternal figure who hurries to help her children when in need. Whether referred to as Mary, Maria, Ramio, Quatlik, Tara, Athena, Hera, Frika, or by other names, all these mythological characters represent the formless Divine Mother. Tara is depicted in Asian mysticism as having different aspects. There is green Tara in particular, representing a divine and protective aspect, which is very ferocious. The love that she has for all beings is likened to the love a mother has for her children. It is protective and unconditional. In Buddhism, she is known as tummo, a Tibetan term meaning fierce woman, reflecting her formidable nature. The reason for her ferocity lies in the threat posed to our heart-mind, the buddhata, or tathagata garbha, the essence of our soul. We are ensnared by pride, lust, envy, gluttony, greed, which were created by our own actions in previous existences. Our soul finds itself confined within a dense knot of karmic causes and conditions. We suffer, and in our suffering we create more problems, which causes others to suffer. This is the phenomenon that profoundly hurts our Divine Mother. Thus, she expresses ferocity as she endeavors to liberate her child, which is each one of us. The pain that she endures when she sees us in pain is inconceivable. For those who have experienced the anguish of witnessing their own child suffer, those people can begin to fathom the depth of her pain. Because you see, she hasn't been with you for just one life, like most of our parents have. She has been with you forever, since the very beginning of your evolution, when you were evolving through life as a mineral elemental. Millions of existences as different creatures, hundreds of thousands of years of development in different bodies. And for all the souls who failed so many times to attain liberation in the human kingdom, multiply that entire cycle by another 1,000 or so. Imagine seeing your child go through that, lifetime after lifetime. Up and down the wheel of samsara. Can you grasp the magnitude of sorrow? We cannot fathom her level of compassion. In the book, The Magic of the Runes, Samael Aun Waor says something very important, a reminder. He says, "O ignorant mortals, how often has your Divine Mother visited you, yet you failed to recognize her?" Your Divine Mother and your being have been visiting you regularly since you were a developing fetus, and of course, before then, during your previous existences. You've met them before and have interacted with them countless times in many of the dreams you've had in this life. Every time there was something peculiar, something different about your dream, and you found yourself spending time and speaking with familiar paternal or maternal figures, those were the times you didn't recognize your cosmic mother and father. Even though she is enlightened, she is a bodhisattva, your Divine Mother can get lonely too. It's a different kind of loneliness. It's more subtle. It's not attachment. But when she does get lonely, this is another way that she loses inspiration and has trouble helping you. So if you don't show appreciation and devotion toward her, and if you continue to make mistakes, especially those related to sex, she can decide to leave you and stop working with you. The most valuable and beautiful intelligence that we rely on to stay alive and healthy, the only force that can heal any suffering and lead us to happiness, can one day decide that she's had enough and stop cooperating with us because of the way we live and how we've been using our energy. This is the grave consequence of taking for granted or abusing sexual energy. This must be understood. All the great teachers and masters explain to us that no spiritual progress can be made if the foundation of brahmacharya, or sexual purity, isn't established first. Otherwise, all spiritual efforts and progress are frivolous if one does not have the necessary vital energy. Your innermost, your being, can also do the same thing. He can abandon you if you stray from the path. So energy control and ethics are two of the most serious aspects of spirituality that can't be overlooked. We should never take our Divine Mother for granted. We can't afford to waste energy anymore, especially in these times. Now, this isn't to say that once a soul loses their connection with divinity, they are forever lost and disconnected, because the truth is, your innermost, your higher self, is an extension of you. Your true self is the being. So your Divine Mother and being are always there for you, eternally. They may stop working with you every now and then, whenever you make mistakes, but unless you're rejecting them completely, they will never leave you absolutely. If you ever find yourself going through a period of disconnection with your Divine Mother, if she's giving you signs that she doesn't want to help you, or worse, signs suggesting that she's leaving you, don't defeat yourself and assume that this is the end and you will never get another chance to work with her in this life and are doomed to failure. Her energy levels fluctuate on a daily basis, so her inspiration can come and go very easily, especially if she's been abused badly in the past. Master Samael said in Esoteric Medicine and Practical Magic that there is no stab that hurts more than spiritual cruelty, end quote. Spiritual wounds cause the Divine Mother to become more sensitive and hurt by the mistakes we make. And this in turn affects us negatively in many ways, especially our willpower, which in the context of Dharma refers to concentration and spiritual powers. It's very important that we become aware that the first few spiritual bodies that we have, the ethereal, astral, and mental bodies, can become damaged very easily, severely, and even permanently from bad habits. So just because we have these subtle, non-physical vehicles with us all the time doesn't guarantee that they're always ready to serve us perfectly whenever we want. Samael had explained this in a public speech when he said that this humanity is completely weak and degenerated and lacks the continuity of will to take the fourth path of liberation, which is the Bodhisattva path. He said that if we wanted to do this, we would have to start by regenerating the brain through chastity and transmutation. With the etheric body, for instance, you have to be aware that your Divine Mother integrates herself with it and works through it. That body is very close to the physical body. It's fourth dimensional. It is the vehicle we use to manage pranic energy, as well as the endocrine and nervous system. So although Tara is our supremely subtle intuition, she works through a body that is very dense and closely related to the physical. Because of the vital body, she does have a form and various parts, gears, and tools she needs to do her work. She needs to sleep, she needs to eat, and sometimes she takes medicine or talks to her bodhisattva friends. I had no idea. But it shouldn't strike me as a surprise because she is a human being after all. I didn't learn about these details from books or courses. I learned this because I had developed a relationship with my Divine Mother and witnessed these things personally. So because of this, we have to take care of her in all the levels. That includes physically. It's disrespectful to neglect the physical body and continue things like junk food, smoking, drinking, smelling bad even, etc. And your Divine Mother will appreciate it. She will notice. Communication with her can happen physically too. You just have to look for the signs. If you're a student of spirituality and you've been training your ability to self-observe and pay attention to everything from moment to moment, then you will quickly recognize the synchronicities happening around you. There will be many of them. You might be convinced at first that they're just coincidences, but after some experience, you'll realize that they're intuitive signs and that there's just no way that so many coincidences can happen so frequently and be so relevant to your situations. You will have a pressing question or problem on your mind one day, and as soon as you go out and start walking down the street, somebody on the phone will pass you by and say the answer you were looking for as they continue to carry on with their conversation, oblivious to the fact that they just answered your question. On another day, the answer may show up as a passing car with a particular color, or somebody wearing certain colored clothing. Many people experience seeing repeating numbers everywhere, especially on digital clocks where all the numbers line up to be the same or add up to certain values in numerology. The time 1111, for example, is a well-known and talked about spiritual number. When it comes to staying in communication with your Divine Mother, you don't have to limit yourself to meditation and tarot cards. The whole world is your tarot deck, and your guides are always listening to you. The question is, are you paying attention to them?